Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Fantastic session. I've been really enjoying it this morning. But I wanted to thank Jane and Dawn for the opportunity to come and give you an update on the lagoon. It is a bit like bloody Groundhog Day at the moment. I'm sure you're seeing that as members of the public and businesses. But I wanted to start by saying we haven't given up on this. And in fact, in the last 2 weeks, you'll have noticed that we've stopped the government saying no, because there was a very real chance they were going to come out and do that. And they were going to come out and do that on the basis of not, we believe, done any work since the Henry report was published. And that is an appalling situation for any government. So we are in the trenches with them at the moment to make sure that we get the right result for Swansea. And, you know, very grateful to the Welsh Government for putting the £200 million offer out there. Today we're releasing a statement from the All Wales pension funds, which will mean that there's a potential multi-£100 million investment available from the Welsh pension funds to get us more than halfway, really, to the cost of delivering the lagoon. Now, again, there are a lot of myths out there, and I'm really annoyed with government ministers and others for continuing to put the myths around. So I'm going to deal with those in a short few minutes, if I may. There is £7.6 billion available for renewable energies by the UK government at the moment. This year alone, there is 557 million of that unallocated. Do the maths between the Welsh population and the number, and we should be getting at least 30 million here, okay? For Hinckley, the Welsh Government offer means that the government could now offer the same strike price as Hinckley, £92.50. Tidal Lagoon, I know Ioan's here and you may want to say something about it, but Tidal Lagoon are able then to offer an agreement at that price. And if it's good enough for nuclear in Hinckley, it's good enough for Tidal, a renewable energy scheme in Wales. So there's the first fairness point. Secondly, if you look at the numbers, 30 pence of taxpayers' money goes to support the lagoon. £11 is going of taxpayers' money to support Hinckley. That's unacceptable. And again, we in Wales are lucky enough to have the Future Generations Act. Compels us, we should be doing it anyway, but compels us to do long-term thinking. My council is doing that. I know most public sector organisations across Wales will be doing it, as will businesses. There couldn't be a better example of long-term thinking in energy than the Tidal Lagoon. Because, again, in terms of the criteria that's set by the Minister and their teams in London at the moment, they are looking at a very narrow 35-year model, where they are not looking at decommissioning costs, they are outside. They're not looking at the tourism benefits of the lagoon, they are outside. They're not looking at the benefits to the steel industry in the area, they are outside. None of those are considerations for the people looking at the model and the funding opportunities in London. That is appalling. And again, you know, Hinckley, what is it, 15, maybe probably 20 billion by the time they build it. That will have to be built 3 times in the life of one lagoon, because the lagoon is 125 years at least, and it's proven technology. So, you know, I am proud that we are behind the Tidal Lagoon. We are working on other ways, if we're forced to deliver that scheme. But it's the right thing to do. My council, under the leadership in energy of Andrea Lewis there, is about to set up its own energy company. And we would love to partner with the Tidal Lagoon to take renewable energy as part of what we can do to provide energy, green renewable energy to the houses and homes in the area. But we want to go further than that. Again, Mary, who was actually the first Future Generations cabinet member in Wales, because we took that step last year. Mary has done some fantastic work since being appointed. Again, we will be shortly not only reducing fuel poverty, but we're going to try and eliminate it. Because we've already built the first set of new council houses. Again, Andrea led on that. £70 a year is the average energy bill for those homes. The next phase that we'll build, taking on board some of the stuff with specific, etc., will hopefully get those bills down to 0. And I don't think there's a better thing we can do than provide renewable energy, clean energy out to the grid, or to wherever else we need to do it, but actually remove the bills from the people who live in the homes. Fantastic way of delivering social policy. So Jane, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak on the lagoon. I don't know whether anybody has any questions, but look, keep the faith. That's the answer. We've turned the government from a no to a we're thinking about it. What we need to do now is to get that to a yes. And I always remember when Terry Matthews first arrived in this region, I think Jane will remember it as well. He said, look, I'm a stubborn bugger, and he said, a no is only the first step to a yes. So that's where we are with the lagoon, and let's hope we can get that delivered in the next few months.
Okay, we have a couple of minutes if anybody wants to ask any questions. There's one at the back there.
Not a question.
Johan, please contribute.
Not a question specifically, Rob, but just thank you for your continued support, and I'm thanking everybody in the room today for your support. We'd encourage you all to join the and support the Love the Lagoon campaign. I don't know if this thing is bouncing back. It's bouncing back in my ear. It was reported yesterday the government was to make some kind of announcement. That was postponed. We see that as good news. We're unsure when government will say something or anything, but we remain very, very, very confident, and like you and everybody else in this room, we're just not giving up. We will not accept a no. But one thing that resonates in my head this morning is about this procurement thing, and I think you referred to it, Rob. Government is just not looking at the life cycle and the wider benefits. If it did, then we'd smash anything out there. Beyond our wildest expectations, if you take into account those elements that you put forward, Rob. So we're still here. We're very confident, and we're looking to soon, hopefully, deliver the promise of building a tidal lagoon here in Swansea Bay. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Thank you, Johan, and can I thank you and everybody that's doing a huge amount of work behind the scenes at the moment. One special thanks I want to make, because again, if we get the lagoon going, this will potentially double the city deal that we've secured, and we will align the tidal lagoon programme to the city deal as one of the major projects. So it takes our total city deal investment then to 2.6 billion. But I wanted to pay personal tribute to the work that Jane has been doing behind the scenes, because when you're in the trenches, there's no better person to have beside you in the fight against those who are putting out misinformation and who can really turn the points back on them. So Jane, I just want to say on behalf of the city and the region, the work you're doing is phenomenal, and thank you so much.
Okay, what goes on in the trenches stays in the trenches. But if we can get it across, then I will be very happy. And I mean, would it be fair to say, are people in this room in support? Yes. Right, can you just put your hands up if you're in support? Yay, brilliant, because I'll take that message to the Secretary of State for Wales tonight. Can we do it one more time? Thank you very, very much indeed. We have a CBI dinner with the Secretary of State for Wales as the honourable guest tonight. Anyway, you've sat still for so long, you've had a lot of input. Now's your chance to run and get a coffee. And I hope that there are 2 or 3 coffee stations out there, so you can get a coffee and get back in very quickly. We'd like to try and start again at 5 to 12. So if you can be back in your seats by 5 to 12, we've got 2 more of the streams to do, and then you'll have plenty of time to network over lunch and then move into the workshops. Thank you so much for your rapt attention and contribution so far.